we've got Gaven Ziebarth and Captain Lance Rucker. We'll begin with the opening statement and then open it up for questions for Coach. Then we'll go to the questions for the student athletes. Then we'll excuse the student athletes and continue with questions for Coach.
Good team win. One thing that was really important for us is just the finish part of it. Going into the fourth quarter, still in a tight game. Have been in that position a lot all year long, so really challenged the guys that, hey, let's put it all together. Late November, we've been battle tested. We've been in those positions almost every single week in our league. So, to be able to really play well both sides of the ball in the fourth, I thought defensively, obviously, getting to the quarterback, not just sacking them, but being able to get the ball out. I say it all the time, like sacks are great, they end drives, but strip sacks change games. And it was awesome. Lance did a great job. He's an elite pass rusher. He's one of the best edge players in the country, and big time players play in big time games. Like, this is a player's game. It's about the guys in between the white lines, and he showed up and played really well today. Then I just thought offensively, you give the ball to this guy on my right and give it to him in the fourth quarter when you get tired of tackling somebody his size with his physicality. And I thought those body blows started to land, and we eventually just started to take control of the game. But they're a good team. Quarterback's a really good player. They're hard to defend. I just thought our guys just stuck with it. And obviously it wasn't perfect. There's definitely a bunch of things that we can learn from and get better from. I think everybody in our organization has a growth mindset. We know that we can continue to get marginally better, but to go home and be able to learn from wins is how you want to be able to do it, especially this time of year. So excited for the program. Excited for everybody that's involved, whether that's administration, all of our helpers and supporters, and especially our fans. To be able to continue on here and play in December is something that needs to be the expectation and the standard here moving forward.
Questions for Lance Rucker and Gaven Ziebarth.
Gaven, you missed significant time in the second half of the season. How much were you itching to get involved again?
Oh man, it was a long, probably 5 or 6 weeks or whatever it was, but I knew we'd get to this point. I knew right when we got into the playoffs that I'd be back ready to go, and I was itching, so I was ready to go. So
how do you feel health-wise after taking some hits now for the first time in a while?
Feels like nothing happened. So
Lance, what made you have so much success today?
Just watching film, going 1-0 through the week every day. Just preparation.
What do you think of getting this program into the second round of the FCS playoffs? What does that mean to you?
It's good. We're always looking to push the program forward, and that's what we did today.
Gaven, when Jerry comes out of that game, what's going through your head?
we got all the trust and belief in Simon. When Javan's out too, I think Simon's been in these kind of games too, and I think no matter what, he's going to give it his all, and he's a kid that's just going to keep fighting and just keep going no matter what, and I'm just happy for him that he got his opportunity as well, and it showed. So
Lance, did you expect Tennessee Tech to throw the ball as many times as they did? It ended up 51 times. Did you feel like you were going to come into this one with a lot of opportunity to make plays?
Yeah, through what I watched film, they looked like they were passing the ball, especially against UT. So I just knew it was going to be a pass rushing game.
Gaven, was there what bring me through the moment when you think that maybe your career's over, having not really got to finish your senior season? What was it like getting a berth into the FCS playoffs? Because there must have been a time there where you were kind of unsure about how things might play out for you.
Yeah, when I first got hurt initially, I thought it was over. I've never had a broken bone before, and the docs and everyone, the trainers, everyone does a really good job here, and they were able to reassure me that if I just worked hard and I'd be back to the playoffs, and it means everything. So
Lance, what do you think about going to play Tarleton State?
Let's do it.
Anything else for the players? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Gaven. Thanks, Lance. Questions for Coach?
Coach, it had to feel good to get Gaven back in doing stuff for you, just the way things have gone for him? Like, it's kind of a feel-good moment, even separate from what this means for your program.
Yeah, I think, in this day and age, just, he's been through maybe 3 or 4 running back coaches since he's been here. One of the first meetings, we had one-on-one private meetings with every guy when we started here, and just, he made it known right away that, Coach, I'm not going anywhere. This is where I want to be. It doesn't matter, who my coach is. It's about the brotherhood. It's about my teammates. It's about me moving this place forward. I just think that's uncommon nowadays, with, just everybody that wants to be in 18 to 23-year-olds' ears and tell them what's right and what they should be doing. For him to just, block out the noise and say, hey, man, like, it means something for me to be here. And, you want good things to happen to guys like him. And he's led that room, all season long. And obviously it was disappointing for him to be able to get that injury. But it's just a testament to working hard, having some belief, all the, ATs, PTs that worked with him to be able to get him back. Like, he's a weapon, and I just think as the year goes along and you get into colder, windy days in November and December, like, you get tired of tackling guys like him. It's just, I've said it all the time, it's body blows with Gaven. Like, in the first half, it might be 2s and 3s and stuff like that, but we keep feeding him and giving him the ball. Like, those runs start turning into 5s and 6s and 7s in the second half, and that's what happened. Like, our O-line started leaning on him, and then you get him downhill with some momentum and get him started and get him into the second level. He becomes a handful.
What can you say about Lance Rucker's day?
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, right? Like, if you're in Grand Forks and you want to keep Lance Rucker around, you should call the 701 award right now and start paying into that thing, because we need to keep him in Grand Forks, man. You gotta love him too. Like, every one of his answers up here was 3 words or less too, which I love about the kid, man. Like, he's about ball. He cares about ball. He cares about his teammates. He's another guy. Like, loyalty is really important to him. And I've always said it, in our defense, when we changed to the defense that we changed here, the edge position has always been something that has been near and dear to my heart, and something that we've been able to develop in that room and that position. I mean, there's 4 of the last 5 guys playing that position are now playing in the NFL, and Ruck's got a chance to be able to be the next guy. Like, he's twitched up, he's a handful out there. There's some things he can still work on yet, as far as what is he? He's a little undersized, and we're still trying to work on that, but he just head down, working. And a lot of these guys, the thing that I'm so proud of, there's so many guys there that are, fighting through injuries and battling through it. He's one of them too as well, but just shows up every single day and does the work. And that's what this is really about. It's the process. It's everything that these guys have gone through, the belief, the work that you do in February is just as important as the work that you're doing now at the end of November. And I think they leaned in on the work. And then the last piece for us that we needed to do was go into a close game in the fourth quarter and then pull away. And that's something that we really talked about, like, hey, we're going to be in one here in the fourth, and it's time for us to, to go out there and really go dominate the fourth quarter. I thought that was the best quarter for us of complementary football. Our defense was playing with their with their hair on fire. They were playing downhill, and then as we got turnovers, our offense just capitalizing right away and running the football and knocking off big chunks of yardage there. So that was really good to see. That was something we needed to be able to do here, because we haven't proven that we can do it yet this year.
What can you update about Jerry's situation?
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. It's just a matter of the protocol now, and how fast does he get into the protocol, and how fast does he get out. He wanted to go back in. Like, he was on the sidelines, like, I was standing next to Isaac, and he's like, Isaac, I'm fine, I'm good. And the trainers were the ones that, obviously, you got to manage a kid like that, because he wants to go in and he's really competitive. Like, hey, he's not going back in. And I just saw him in the locker room before I came up here, and I was like, hey, you just gave me a nod, and like, I'll be fine. And I think the other thing that's really, really, I think an important piece to our team that needs to be talked about is Simon Renfro. And just, once again, how many guys would start their junior year, get beat out, their senior year, and then leave and say, hey, I want to play. Like, there's only so many years of football that I have in my life, and my football life is short, and I want to be able to have an opportunity. And he didn't bat an eye. Just how he was raised, who he is as a person, how much he cares about North Dakota football. Like, that's why you recruit kids in your own backyard right there, because it means a lot to him to put on the green helmet, every single day. And we told him, hey, there's going to be there's going to be a time where we're going to need you to go out there and lead the family business here and get us an important win. So I just think, there's a lesson to be learned there, just as far as staying the course, as far as, being a good teammate, and then, being ready when your number's called, and he was ready to go today. So it was awesome for us to be able to win the way we did.
Coach, what are some of the things Tech's defense did to give y'all fits in the first half, and then how did you adjust to them?
Well, they're active, and I think, they probably, especially going into the win, I felt like, put a bunch of guys in the box. I think they understood that, where our strength is in the offensive line, and we probably, were a little bit bigger than they were in the O-line, so that they were going to have to put some numbers, into the box in order to stop us. But that's a good football team. Obviously, one thing we thought we could do is get to the quarterback and possibly get the ball out. I think he's had about, 7 or 8 fumbles this year, so that was something that we really emphasized with our guys. Like, hey, get there, but once you get there too as well, like, go for the football. But yeah, I thought defensively, they played really, really well for a long time, especially, the play. I thought that the sequence that really hurt us, and I thought our guys did a great job, and they did a great job of owning that sequence, is when the punter punted the ball past the line, we get the ball back and get 0 points off of it, which was, a credit to their defense at that situation. I thought what we were able to do in the third, they went down and scored. Their tight end did a good job of beating our safety, and then they had to win. And we went 3 and out the next series too as well. And I was like, hey, we need to run the football here and get to the fourth quarter with a lead yet. If we could do that, I felt really, really, good about our chances, and we were able to do that. So their defense kept them in it all day long. I thought they played really well, and they're a good football team. There's a lot of good players out there, and we knew we were going to have our hands full all day long.
And then just talk about that third quarter a little more. Was that the most turnover full quarter you've ever had to coach through? And how do you keep your guy? What was it like navigating through that?
We talk a lot just about toughness, and I think it's more than just physical toughness. It's emotional toughness too as well. Like, there's going to be roller coasters and ebbs and flows in games, and it's so what now what? You got to move on to the next play. You got to be able to never let a negative thought complete itself in your mind. Just keep working, and you got to be able to respond. And I think it's guys are imperfect. Coaches are imperfect. It's whoever handles imperfect better. If you react instead of respond in those situations and let the moment get too big, I think that's how you end up losing games. And our guys just had a never say die mindset today. Like, I think the good thing about our culture, we got some talent, but it's about our culture, and our guys, they'll repeat the things that our coaches are saying out there, and they just, they felt like they were going to find a way today to be able to win the game, no matter what it was. And I just think keeping the thing 10-6 in the third quarter was really big. If that thing gets 13-10 and they get a lead and we were moving the ball all that much in the third quarter, I think, it becomes probably a different football game. So for us to be able to keep the lead going into the fourth and then really take control of the football game in the fourth, I thought was really important.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.